Welcome back to the Grand Slam channel. Got an early video for week 12 and NFL action for November 23rd. Still waiting on some NBA props as well. Some of them have been posted, but obviously this video will cover mostly NFL. So let's get started. A couple good props that I like. We're going to go straight to passing yards. Favorite two QBs for today will be Drake May from the New England Patriots. Going against the Bengals, matchup is there for him to go 300 yards. I personally like his 199.5. You can take any of his Gabi. I do like his regular line to go over as well. But if you're doing a bankroll builder, Gabi, any of his Gabi is in play. I expect this line to be somewhere between 260 and 265 by tomorrow morning or by the time you watch this video. Before closer to game time, it should be bumped. I expect him to go over at least 300 yards in this one against the Bengals, or at least close to 300, but any Gabi is in play. Drake May is my first option for QB, followed by Jacoby Brissett, and he is coming off a career game where he passed over 400 yards against the 49ers. Going against Jacksonville, another good matchup for him to go over. He's at 247.5. They're expecting him to regress. Obviously, he will. He'll be somewhere in the 300-yard range as well. He usually throws between 250 and 300. Last 5, 314, but that's doing big part of his 452. But as you can see, he's a proficient QB for the Cardinals. So you can take his regular line over with Drake May. You can do a power tour right there. Or you can take one of his Gabis, which I will as well. 199.5, good bankroll builders. But if you want to take your 2x, you can start building these up to, let's say, 219. And you can get Drake May probably at 219 as well. And you can play around with the numbers. He's at 1.7. So you can probably put this up at 224. And unfortunately, it still pays at 1.7. Wow. So that's a small glitch there. I expected that to be a payout of a 2x. Gives you a 1.7x. I mean, it's still pretty decent. One more quarterback I like to mention, and that is Saunders getting the start for Cleveland. Good matchup for him to go over 160. Going against the Raiders here. I do think he does go over, so this is a good one. I'll throw in there as a dart. Don't be an anchor. Don't let it be an anchor for you, but it's a good dart. 160.5, I mean, that's probably one of the lowest I've seen for him. I can easily see him going 200 yards against the Raiders. The good thing about Cleveland, they do have several targets that Saunders can throw to. They do have a couple good wide receivers. So you can throw that in there. I mean, obviously he has a Gabi 125. Look at that, 125. I mean, if you can't throw 125 yards as a QB in the NFL, I mean, something's wrong with you, right? But you can throw in Saunders in there. And that gives you a 3-man power, 2.1x. So that's solid, but I do think he goes over his regular line, so you can throw that in there. Let's head on over to wide receivers, which I like in this spot. I think I'm going to take mostly wide receivers for this week, as Travis Kelce will be one of them. I'm pretty sure this is probably the popular tab, but anything on Travis Kelce to go over. Another one, Alec Pierce. He's been cashing me throughout the entire season. I'm going to take him right back to him. Alec Pierce hasn't missed 40 yards at all this season, so I'll be taking him. Should be a high-scoring game for that early matchup between the Colts and Chiefs. Very good matchup. Next up is George Pickens, another cash cow for me. CD Lamb is in play, but I prefer Pickens here. Let's see where he's at. I believe they are playing the Eagles. This should be a good game here. Pickens, got to take him. He hasn't missed 50 yards, even with CD Lamb back in the fold. Obviously, you can tell he is one of Dak Prescott's favorite targets. You got to target him. Pickens, CD Lamb. I prefer Pickens. Let's see. Puka, Devontae, always in play. Many expect this to be a high-scoring game between the Buccaneers and Rams. Could be, but Rams do have good defense. I think they'll shut down Baker Mayfield. Terrence Ferguson, we took him last week. He cashed for us. He's at 20.5. Definitely you can take him over once again. So that's a good one to take over for regular lines. Terrence Ferguson, always in play. But I do think Devontae Adams and Puka are going to go off in this game against Tampa. Let's head on over to a couple running backs that I like today. First one will be Jamar Gibbs. Derrick Henry is in play. I think he can go off against the Jets. Jonathan Taylor, that's another one. Going against the Chiefs should be a primetime game. Probably best for a Gabi for Jonathan Taylor. Chiefs play the Colts very well. Past matchups. But I do like Jamar Gibbs, 74.5. So it has been bumped from 69.5 to 74.5. But he's definitely in play. I think they'll pound the run game against the Giants. Could possibly be a blowout, which that's why it's a big reason why I'm targeting Jamar Gibbs. Obviously, they'll be running the ball if it becomes a blowout. So Jamar Gibbs is in play. And that's it. That rounds up the top picks for NFL that I like. Obviously, there's so many other options, but these are the ones I'm going to be rolling with. Separate them into different slips. Favorite two QBs for the day, May and Brissett. Throw in Saunders in there, making his first start. 160.5, you can take a Gabi 125. I mean, if he doesn't cash at 125, I don't know what he's doing in the NFL. But that's probably one of the lowest lines I've seen. I mean, the matchup is there too against the Raiders. So Kelsey, Pierce, Pickens, these guys have been anchors for me throughout the season, sticking with them. Forgot about McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey as well. He's been an anchor for me. He's been cashing. Let's see where his lines are at. I believe his receiving lines has been bumped. Yep, it sure has been bumped down. Was at 48.5 last week. Ended up with 40 against Arizona. 45.5 going against Carolina. Should be a good defensive battle, at least in the first half. But I still think he goes over. Best spot for him will be his 99.5. Let's head on over to NBA, see what we can have, or at least what props we do have. But these are the props for NFL for Week 12, so mix and match, pick your favorite. Paul George, obviously you saw him on the popular tab. Rebounds. We took him last time. Cash for us. Actually, he blew out his line for us, so we can target. His minutes will be increased just a tad bit. Good matchup here against Miami, so he should go off. We took his rebounds and assists. You can go right back to him. You can get a 6.5. It's a high paying out Gabi. Solid cash at 8 with limited minutes. He was able to get 8 still. So Paul George is in play. I believe Embiid is still out, and he sure is. Joel Embiid is out. Obviously, Maxi's in play. Where he's at, 30 point, 31.5, 54 against Milwaukee. Anything for Maxi, usually his points are always in play. 24.5. That looks like a free square to me. We got Luka, LeBron. I like his assists mostly. And we have a 4.5. I like it. Let's see, where's his regular line. He does not have a regular line yet. 4.5 it is. He can even go up to 5.5 if you wish to do so. Remember, this video is being done the night prior, so a lot of the props are not up yet, but these are some of the early props I do like. So you can see some of these regular lines are not even up yet. But Paul George, rebounds and assists, Maxi points, LeBron James, assists, even his RA is in play. Lakers are playing the Utah Jazz again, so Markkanen could be in play. Points. Obviously, he played just against the number 1 defense. Against the Thunder, he managed to get 28. Against the Lakers, he got 38. But that wasn't due part of his points. But as you can see, he's been a beast all season. 56, 49, 40. So I expect to Larry Markkinen to go over as well. Let's check where his points is at. He's at 26, so it's been slightly bumped from 24.5. Ended up with 31. Might take his PRA here. 34 even. Worst case scenario pushes. So PRA could be in play. We can take 29.5. Like that spot for him. We do have, I believe, 8 NBA games on the slate for today. 1, 2. Yep, we do have 8 games. And a lot of the props are not posted up yet. Norman Pound's points is in play. Donovan Mitchell's always in play. Harden's just coming off of an insane game. He cashed every single prop for me yesterday. 38.5. He had 60 points. He had like 30 points in the first half. He's gonna regress. Obviously, he's gonna go for another 55 points. Pardon me, but he's been red hot this season. 29 PRA. That's the freest square you can get. 29.5 PRA. Porter's points is always in play. Suggs is coming off a good back-to-back games. Shy's points is always in play. Usually you get him at 24.5. Harrison Barnes cashed for us last time. PRA, not his fantasy score, unfortunately. So if you're going to take Harrison Barnes, PRA is the move. Do not take his fantasy score. PRA is the move. These are 3 games without Wembayama, and he's gone over all 3 times. 25, 31, 23. So this is one of those sneaky plays. It's going to get further bumped. It's more games he's playing. Luke Cornett, Julian, these guys are not really stepping up. So Barnes, Vassell are the ones, and Jeremy Solcon are the ones that have been carrying the load for the Spurs. And that rounds up the top picks for today. So mix a match, pick your favorite. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support. And see you guys in the next one.